Hello everyone, this is the great Roberto coming at you live action. Okay, it is Friday today, and this is, I guess, a cannabis high video. I'm pretty high right now off of edible cannabis. And I tell you, the high it's such a unique experience. It's such a different, cleaner kind of high. It really is. I mean, it's just, and the thing about it is you keep getting higher and higher as the high goes on. At one point after I ate it, you start to feel it coming on pretty good at about an hour. You know you have eaten something at that point, and then it just keeps building and building. It's really weird. It's different than I ever remember marijuana highs being. Stories of my own experience. Different. The high was just different when I smoked it. This is a lot better for several reasons, as I've harped on it a lot in these videos. Is I don't like smoking anything, and to be able to experience the cannabis high without doing harm to your lungs in any way is just absolutely super relieving, whatever, super liberating, I guess you could say. It's just fantastic to be able to do that. I just love it. But I cut back the dose to a teaspoon. Just a single fucking teaspoon, slightly heaped, seems to be the perfect amount to take. And I did today. I had a day off today. That job I was on ended, so I have a couple of days off. And this year, I've gotten in the habit of actually laying out in the sun. Okay, it just feels really good to do. It really does. I mean, but you got to be, you can't do it all the time. It's like anything. You got to have moderation in how much you do. Otherwise, you'll get super uber tanned and like you see, in any beach community, you'll see somebody who just must lay out in the sun for every second that the sun's out. Usually older people, they'll be fucking so dark, their skin will be like leather. It's like, oh my god, that's heinous. That's obviously too much, just enough to feel it maybe like once a week or so, just to lie out there for just long enough to feel the effects of the sun on your body. Is glorious. So today it was kind of windy and not as hot as I would have liked, but the sun was pretty strong. So I grab my chair and a towel and go out in the yard and let's start laying out. And I get in the Speedo, my swim Speedo. I was actually hoping to go for a swim today, but the water was just too choppy, too much to be able to fucking swim along the coast with those waves coming like that. So I'll have to wait. But so I'm out there lying there in the sun, and after a few minutes, the heat of the sun starts to get, more intense, and you start to feel it, because I wasn't sure if I would because of the way the breeze is. So I'm out there laying down in my Speedo. I alternate between sitting in a chair up like this, so my front gets hit, and then lying on a towel, so my back gets hit, all that. So I'm lying there in the Speedo, and I switch down to the towel on the ground, and I'm lying there. And the idea, I actually had this idea before, but the idea comes to me again of lying out there, naked, lying in the sun naked. So I was like, oh, that must feel really good. And, thinking to myself. So then I was like, well, why not? Why not do that? I do have neighbors who can see me if they put effort into it. But I'm sitting there. We build up these social blocks of things that you're not supposed to do, and it's like that's one of them. Our culture and society is so hung up on sex. It really. I mean, that's not anything new. I mean, everybody really knows this. That the human species right now in society is just hung up on sex in a weird way. Sex is either perverted, or by perverted I mean like the view of sex is like hardcore, or fucking like deviant sexual behavior, or like frowned upon or whatever. It's just ridiculousness. Sex is looked at with a lot of negative stereotypes in society when sex is actually divine. Sexuality is everything for one thing, but sexuality, the expression of human sexuality, is divine in any way. So, but then again, so I'm lying there, and and I'm feeling these natural cultural blocks in my mind, and I'm just feeling it, being mindful of it. So then I pull my Speedo down to my fucking, so my ass is sticking out in the sun, so I'm lying there like that. It's like, oh my god, it just starts to feel really, really good. It's like, this feels so fucking good. So after a few minutes, I'm just, toying with the idea of just completely taking off my Speedo altogether and just lying there completely naked. So, of course, I do that. And I'm lying there on a towel completely fucking naked in the sun, and it just feels absolutely gloriously divine. It just feels so good that there's really no words to describe it. So I'm like, this feels so good. Lying here like this, I'm just in the moment feeling it while high on cannabis, So then it comes time to get back in the chair. So now I would lie in the chair completely naked too, but I don't want to get a sunburn on my dick. Seriously. So I get in the chair and I put the Speedo over just my, fucking dick, and then the rest is sticking out because I just don't want to get sunburn on my fucking dick or my cock or whatever you want to call it. But I just don't want that. I mean, really, seriously. So I cover just that up, but I'm lying there in the sun, towel over my face, because my face is sunburnt enough from work. So towel over my face so I can see a little. And I'm just lying there, basically, otherwise, completely naked, And I'm like, this feels so amazingly awesome. It does. Once you break past the social, constructed barriers of what's appropriate and what isn't, once you get on the other side of that, you look back on it, it's like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Why would anybody give a fuck if somebody else is naked or not? Seriously, why would anyone care? Why would anyone even look at it as if it was anything other than completely normal? Why even a second thought? It's like, but you start to think like that, and you become, it's not even think like that, you become cognitively aware of just the naturalness of it, in the thought or the idea of anybody even raising an eyebrow at all is just absurd. It really is. It's like, it's so evident, it's like, why, So I'm lying there like this, it just feels really good. And, I'm enjoying the sun on my body, and it's like, man, this is really a divine experience, just lying there like that, switching back and forth from the fucking being in the chair like this to lying on the thing. And each time I switch, it just feels better and better again on the areas of my body, the sun hitting naked, and like the breeze blowing over my body. It just feels so good. It's just absolutely surrendering to the way of nature. It's just a little thing too, just like a little strip of fabric that my fucking neighbors are like loud. Just a little tiny strip of fabric is all the difference from cultural limitation in removing the barriers of freedom. There's a little thing, it's a social construct, just a mental construct is what it is, along with a piece of fabric, but that's a huge leap. That's a fantastic, because it is liberating, super liberating to be out there like that. It's like, you just don't care, I'm naked out in the world right now, completely naked. And it's like, this is fucking amazing, because you just don't give a shit. And it reaches a point where you don't care if anyone watches you or can see you. It's like, so fucking what? It's not, the thought doesn't even arise in your mind as that being anything that would be looked at in any negative context at all. Just, someone's naked, so fucking what, basically, really, and it just feels so good. It feels like that. Divine, liberating, free. And it's really an experience I highly recommend to anybody if you can do that. As a matter of fact, I would like to even go to a nude beach to do that around other people. Once you have a collective group of people being like that, men, women, it doesn't matter if your body is perfect. You know, I mean, obviously, I mean, you should take care of your fucking body and have it be as fit as it can be. But if you can't, or you're not there yet, I mean, I don't think that should stop you from exposing yourself to the world, to the sun, naked, being naked in the sun. You know, the experience will be transformational for anybody on any level. You know, just a simple thing like that, powerful. You know, yeah. So that might be it. But a ton I could talk about. There's actually a fucking lot of shit I want to get into. You know, maybe I should. But one of them is like the divine nature of sexuality and how I should maybe make a separate video for this, the sexual shit, because once I get going, it'll be in depth because there's so much I've discovered since I made my last video. It's like the sexual nature of the body and the true divine nature of it. But so I'll get back to a weed topic that I thought of and I want to comment on. So far, my experiences of eating cannabis have been really, really, really good, I guess. I'm happy with the results, and I'm happy with the high, too. The high is really clean. It's a much cleaner high. And I was thinking about this earlier, and I was thinking maybe it's not necessarily the way that I'm taking the cannabis, you know, eating it versus smoking it. Maybe it has more to do with the effects of my daily meditation practice, the way it transforms the cannabis experience. Because the experience, you know, what is developed from a practice of daily silent seated meditation ripples through every facet of your life. Everything is transformed because of it, powerfully. And I'm wondering if that has more to do with the cleaner high experience, or if it's maybe a combination of both, or whatever it is. But the experiences, the high experience that I've had with cannabis has been a much cleaner, more vibrantly energetic high than my highs of my past life. You know, it's really a lot better. You know, so we'll see. But yeah, no, I'll probably make another video maybe tomorrow about sex stuff, because there's a lot I want to get in, a lot that I want to get into. I mean, the divine nature of sexuality is exactly that. It is a gift from the gods, if you will. I mean, it is the conduit to divine experience, one of many conduits to a divine experience, but sexuality is just the way to completely commune with the sexuality of existence and harmonize with it perfectly. So